18th of September, Thursday. I start right here. This comet here, where you're seeing the Wolf constellation. This is where the men's star is located. It's important. Why do I start here? I've done just 12p Palms Brooks. I've done 77 videos on this comet. And look where it's positioned. Lupus staring at the scale of justice. In Libra, we have 3i, and we have the Swan, and we have numerous comets gathering in the constellation Virgo. Mars riding Swan, meeting up right here. We have this constellation because that's where the Wolf comet came out of also, and I've done a video on that. Basically a journey with the Wolf, starting there by the men's star and then moving throughout numerous constellation. Now, why is this important? Because it all relates to what I've been harping for 4 decades. The crucifixion of good men, and nobody gives a damn about them, but God does. Now, what I seen, and what I'm seeing, and being reminded of. Remember, this was tagged the Devil's Comet, the Angel of Death, was the one that I tagged it because it's basically next to Libra. With all this that's happening, God is sending me a message to relate to a few that will be able to understand this and not. But before I go on, I'm going to just put a disclaimer. I have to. Everything I say is for entertainment purposes. I had to say that for, why. Now, another thing I want to say, first of all, I want to welcome all you guys, the new ones, the newcomers that subscribed, that came on board. I promise that I always bring 1%. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but when people are right now, the world, the entire planet is, when they need that one piece, that one chip, that one bit of information that they're missing from their equation, or the creators that need something, or people need to know what I see, what the old man, the elder, sees. Been through the fire, going through the fire right now, as a matter of fact, but that's okay because God, my Lord, sees all this. It's not only happening to me, it's happening to almost everybody. Almost. Let me repeat that. Almost. Because the wicked are partying it up. The wicked are dragging the good. And the good are waking up. The ones that are here right now watching this video, I believe God sent you here. What's coming is not pretty. And now, let me stop again here. I got no script. I just close my eyes, touching the Bible on my right hand, and my faith stone, and my rosary right here. The information that I'm going to provide, what I see, and I sometimes I strongly believe I'm able, or I'm gifted, to get certain visions into the future. That's why I say one step beyond, bring 1% to the table. All of us in this round table, from all different races, educational backgrounds, sex, we're gathered here because we all sense something. We all have our disabilities, our skills, our gifts, but we're all here. We're on a rescue operation now, folks. Now, for those that don't want to know, cannot handle the truth, please, you can leave right now. You can leave right now, because what I'm going to say, it's going to be like fire. It's going to be fire. Now, I pray that what I'm saying is totally wrong, but we're gathered, we feel it. Trust your sixth sense. Trust your feelings. Don't rely on me, rely on yourself. You got a lot of BSers out there. It's only 1.2 degrees with Swan still. I saw that, and they got a beautiful production videos out there. I don't want to mention their names. You've seen them. Everything's okay. Everything's fine. Didn't you see the Hubble telescope image? See, it got a tail. It got a tail. It's blue. It's green. But have they mentioned it was red? No. But the latest images that are popping up, and I put links to them that follow this, is reddish orange. And the speed is still increasing. I already put that video out from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Now, the position of 3i and also Swan, positioned perfectly strategically. Now I'm going to go to right there. See, just to give you an idea how big our solar. Look at all these constellations. Let me just flip it around. 88 constellations that we're talking about. And for the conventions of comets, and then we got lemon too. We got so many. I mean, I had a drought for a long time of comets, so I did other videos on other things, but now I cannot even keep up with this because and also too I'm being so this is the positions of key. You got the Sun, Mercury, you got Mars, all in Virgo. And the ancient time, this is the Virgin Mother, the Holy Mother, the Mother of Light. This is before Christ. This is like that video that I put out. I can't remember which one. That had the Star of Bethlehem, but there's also other that NASA has that describes the mythology. Well, not the mythology, the written history of the third house, or the second house, or the first house. Now, that's where 3i is at right now. And we look at the speed right now. I'm looking at the velocity. It's 65.307 kilometers per second. And it's racing Mars and Swan. Let's just go to Swan. Let's look at Swan. That's where Swan's at. So we got 1, 2, 3. And then we got some others in here. We got some others. We got K2. We got the other one, too. We got another one. And we got another one right by the other foot. And there's more. There's more. There's much more in this ballpark. What I see, what I'm seeing, and remember, this is not for the weak-minded, so please turn away. But I follow him all the time. That's yesterday image of 3i, and he describes it. You can see right here it's reddish. It's kind of elongated because of the speed, because it keeps moving. But another astronomer from Brazil took basically the same color. So it's getting closer and closer. Now the date to watch, I keep harping, it's the 21st. It's the solar eclipse. The eclipse. And it happened to be by Antarctica. Now who's going to have a telescope down there? The Penguins? No. You got it by New Zealand. They could have a cloudy day and they can miss things. It's not 100% guaranteed that we'll have clear images. It just happens to be down in the bottom of the planet where, hopefully they'll get lucky and get some images, clear images. Now on my playlist right down here, I have covered 78 videos. Comet 12P. So I know about 12P, and I also know about the wolf right here. The first video you need to check out, because all this is like a story, like the bouncing musical notes. Everything's like frequency, folks. God gives us the message. This is the one the wolf and G3, those two comets. In this 12P message was this. I've covered 12P through all these constellations, and I did the mythology of the stories of the constellation to the best of my abilities. Comets are messengers, harbingers, omens, and the list goes on. It's the moving stars. It's stars that the Magi used to find in the old days, and there's so much clues That's another thing about the fragmentation. We need to be aware. We need to be keep an eye on possible fragmentation of Comet Swan. If it does a fragmentation, we could be mucho problema. And a lot of people think are talking wormwood. Wormwood. So I tagged it the angel of death back then. This right here. This is the first one. This is back in July 28, 2023. This is what I'm seeing, folks. Similar to this. Think of Moses. Now you got 6 o'clock and 12 o'clock position. Like a portal opening up. We know the rest of what happened. It'll come like a thief in the night, in the blink of an eye. That's what I see coming. There's no hope. Okay, well, you just angry because of this and that. No, folks. Has anybody been having interest of the old monuments, ruins, the megalithic structures? Like, have you heard that a lot of these megalithic structures, a lot of them that are still buried under the sea, under the ocean, in the earth, that are radiating in thermal colors, like they're activating. Have anybody seen that data? And for the content creators, it'd be a good idea to check into stuff like that. Activation of ancient megalithic, and the thing is, most of it's still buried under the dirt. Oh, that was the mud flood. That could have been the flood. But we're talking also the first house, the second house, the giants. I mean the giants. The first one destroyed by fire. The second one destroyed by ice. The third one flood. And this prophesies numerous prophecies across history. Talk about these type of events. Numerous prophets. Book of Revelation. Numerous. I put a video of all the lists. I think it was about 6 videos back. Signs in the stars. There's a lot of warnings about how it's gonna go down. Now, I'm not talking the way I want to talk because of, I have to talk like the Riddler on steroids. I have to make comedy because that throws off the off that monitor words, and also too music. I love music. That's why I put music themes at the top pin, because that's the mood that I find myself. So we have happening now. Going on my X account, looking at the likes now. People talking about Swan breaking apart. We got talk of debris, wormwood. Did you know? I'm gonna tell you a little bit about wormwood. Everybody thinks it's gonna be like this, wormwood. Do you know that wormwood? What's the definition of wormwood? What is wormwood? Nobody's gonna call Comet wormwood. I'm not gonna target. It's called this Comet wormwood. No, we're not gonna do that. Then we have all the religious people going crazy. Wormwood is a plant that's poisonous into water. It's very poisonous plant. Just look up the definition of wormwood, like the P word, in water, and it talks about 1/3 of the water, blah blah. Being deso. Now, these chemical, we don't know what kind of chemical makeup. It fragments, just fragments. I'm not talking about a deep impact type scenario. Poison the water. That's definition of wormwood. Poison. So when the writer was writing it, he probably was thinking, okay, what's the most poisonous thing I could plant out there back then? It was called wormwood in their language. It'll be like wormwood. The water will be deso. So that's my take on that. Yeah, I was talking about the last video of this. Men shouldn't talk about their issues. Real men don't complain. That's the right. This is the left. Men shouldn't talk about issues because women have it worse and you have privilege. In other words, to the right, to the left. So what do you do? Like that last video I did, you look up. You don't think God, you don't think the Holy Mother, because this thing revolves also, the Holy Mother's involved here 100%. Don't you think the Holy Mother loves boys, son? And a lot of people are re-examining a lot of this lost temples technology, and finally coming to the realization this was not done by chisels. The ones that did this are the ones returning back. This right here. They didn't do that by chisel, folks. These were done by the ancient. They were here before us. I mean, remember those two guys that were digging, and it kept going down, and we don't know how, there's no way there was another civilization. We don't know if this was the second house, or the second and the third, or the first. We don't know. That was the Mayans that did it. How do you know? And also, too, looking at Mexico, Kukulkan, the god that he wasn't into HS, you know what I mean? Human blah. Okay? That happened afterward. He said, I shall return. And that's who's coming back. Now, we got the sun. The SDO, the camera that I always look at, is down for maintenance. It's been down since 9/12. So I can't see what the sun is looking. But, yeah, the sun is, doesn't look pretty. Doesn't take a pareidolia. Who knows why they all of a sudden it went down for maintenance. Now, if I got on there, probably say, oh, look at here, right there, right smack dab in the middle. So there's a lot of information. Stefan put a great video about comets. A swarm of comet is flying into our solar system. There's more. He did a great video, but there's more in the neighborhood already. And here's Swan, and you could look at this. You can see a piece right there that broke off right there. Doesn't take a genius doesn't take a... See, I already know how these things, when you see chunks and how they leave a trail. Like, think of a boat. Like this right here. How big is that? We don't know. What's the trajectory? I don't know yet. So, and then we got a lot of activity in the moon, by the moon. Well, this has happened all the time, but it's increased. Some say AI. Yeah, some of them are. But some of these people that from the past that posted, that astronomer that look at the sun, the moon, these are legit astronomers, are seeing more activity in the moon. So we don't know what's happening up there. Just put one and one together. These are people are finally talking about these gigantic, perfectly cut stones. It's no chisel. Who did this? Was this the first house? And this is Japan. I bet you a lot of people didn't know about that, because there's so many still buried. So, yeah, the balance is, we're out of balance. There's too much evil. In Revelation chapter 17, verse 5. Look it up. There's your answer. And 6. The answer is there. Yeah, they'll wipe you out. They'll take. But the word of God will last forever. So they could take away my money, my house, my car, and I'll find myself. If they evict me, and I find myself on the streets, I honestly don't believe that God will leave me like that, especially with the things coming up within 60 days. I know, but you man, Lord have mercy on them. People just lust for money. All that money they got hitting, or in this account, that account. You know, your coins, your this, your investment could be wiped out in a second, in the blink of an eye, like a thief in the night. And here I am. I don't think I've heard of other. Well, this could be stopped. This could be stopped. I've been harping on that message. This could be stopped. I don't think this is going to be stopped no more. I retract. I retract that. This cannot be stopped. It's out of control. It's out of control. Nobody gives a damn, folks. And if you want to unsubscribe, so yeah, I stand by this. I stand by this right here. The Wolf Comet. There was 2 novas with 12 P's at. These are the signs that were given. 2 novas, supernovas, happened in the Wolf constellation just recently, a couple months ago. 2 of them. 1, 2. That's where the Wolf Comet came out of. It caught everybody off guard. Signs are being shown. The thing is, you just got to interpretate them. Like I said, I bring 1%. I could be totally off left field, right field, out of the parking lot, or the next county over, or the next state over, or way across the other side of the planet. But I've been doing this for so long, and to me, they're living entities. They're storytellers, and they're telling me judgment is coming. Enough is enough. There's some millions, like millions upon millions. There's a video that I pinned 2 videos back with the little red sirens. Look at that video. And that's just including only child support, what they're doing. And it's not only the ego, the land of the ego. It's around the world because the poisons spread from here. Well, it spread from Nazi Germany, and then it came over here, and then they polluted to destroy the ego from within. And they succeeded. They polluted entire sex. Now, there's good women, and they're going to be blessed like beyond. They have no idea how they're going to be blessed when they see God Almighty, the light. But the majority in this system, this genocide is going to come to an end. They're coming back, and they're not happy. Because one of the sacred laws is marriage. So is God, the source, and the Holy Mother, the mother. What do you think boys come from? Mother. They're not hatching no egg by some chicken. There are loving mothers that love their child. Both of them, girls and boys. But when you have a system so corrupt and so demonic, beyond description. Remember, I am the writer of the Dead Fathers. And the star of this represents lupus is the star of the Dead Fathers. There's the only star out of all the constellations, all the stars. And we're talking, God, beyond hundreds of thousands of stars. Remember, there's over 2 trillion galaxies. Each galaxy approximately what they're estimating 500 billion stars. Stars is a sun. Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back. Oh, well, I'm armed to the teeth. You ain't gonna. They'll be like shadows. They'll be looking at you through your window, and then you spot at the corner of your eye, you see a shadow. Try shooting a shadow. But they'll do it like the book of Revelation says, wormwood type, poison the waters. 1/3 in the mystery of Babylon, where all this, the numero uno in deleting unborn, deleting fathers, deleting men, you got over 350,000 or probably more. Just AI it. How many fathers in jail for child support, in prison, in jail right now as of today? Look it up. Don't ask Google. Ask your AI. You'll be surprised. Does anybody care about it? No. Does anybody care or have any mercy upon my story? Is the prime example, folks. And I'm not out here asking for sympathy. You're talking to the guy who didn't want to come back after his near death. I know I have more than one in that creature in Panama. Oh, that was an authorized mission. So what? But regardless, I shouldn't be here. I am the writer. I am the how you say the one that like Thor's, the guy that looked like had that bird head. He wrote everything down. I was the one back decades ago that did that. Why did he do himself in? Why did he do that? Why did he do this? Why did he do this and that? All of them trace the same thing. MO. There's a lot of men turning to God more than the women. There was a study done. Why is men turning more to God in flocks? Why? The ancients are returning. And let me tell you, all the remote viewers, and we're talking what, 12, 13, 14, and who knows how many other groups, all of them, mostly, you might find one or two paid. They're not painting a good picture. All the psychics not painting a good picture. All these other practices not painting a good picture. People are having a feeling after the 21st, after the eclipse. I mean, right now, if you do a survey, like I said, do a survey around your circle. I say about 80% plus don't even know this is happening. That's just that crazy vet father talking out there, that crazy old man. He's not locked up yet. You're seeing it for yourself. Think strategic. Anybody that has a military strategical mind, two objects, position at perfect position. While the left hand's doing this, the right hand's doing that. And then we'll throw a whole bunch of others into the mix because it'll confuse them even more. Take away the focus away from 3i. And with 12p at the head of the wolf staring at justice. And I tagged it from day one. And I've done 78 videos on it. The angel of death. Because comets are messengers. They're omens. They're entities. They're divine. Yes, I talked to them. Why do you think the 12 comet, the wolf comet, lost his head the day after I got crucified? You don't think... how many people out there besides the astronomers looking at the comets? But here's the thing. There's a whole bunch. There's a handful here. There's a whole bunch. How many of them interpret their story? I do. How did I get this knowledge? It's divine. Because if God brought me back, and who controls the universe? He knew I was going to go through this. God knew, the creator, the source. He has a lot of names. The light, the boss. I call him the boss. He's my boss. And when I pray and I look up in the stars in my escape at Subaru out there in Hawaii in the top of the mountain, they do communicate. Even the compadres will be passing by. Hey, how you doing? Blink, blink. Blinking their lights off and on. Oh, yeah. They say he's crazy. Who cares what people think? I don't care. You criticize me all you want. Right now, like they laughed at Noah. And then when the day came, they weren't laughing anymore. I said it, and I've been saying it. All this could have been stopped. Could it be stopped still? People's hearts is not where it should be. I mean, I saved so many lives. I risked my life, not thinking about my life, to save others without hesitation. And this is the reward I get. God bless you. Prepare. I mean, you should be prepared right now. And I don't mean going to Walmart and getting water and getting extra food cans and all that. Ain't going to make nothing. I got to go. You ain't going to do nothing. They'll probably, Anunnaki probably take it back to their planet. All that you got wiped out in a second. Is there still hope? There's still hope. God, part of me still say yes. There's a part saying yes. But it's important that I stay on the air. It's important that I stay on the air. You cannot let them cut me off, folks. Not until after November 2nd. If nothing happens after November 2nd, cut me off. It don't matter. I don't make no money out of this. I'm broke. I'll be like that guy in the Corps. When they question me, yeah, I'll do it. For what's the price? Hot pocket? Hot pocket. Yeah, because it helps me concentrate and it stops the stomach from making roars.